I'm your host, Logan 23. You're joining me for Desire and Decorum, First Winter, Chapter 3, on the morning of New Year's Eve. You and Mr. Sinclair hurriedly dress and follow Briar outside, and revealing a fresh blanket of snow covering the ground, because only people at Pixelberry get happy about this. More snow. I thought it'd surely be several weeks before this much white covered the Edgewater again. You dash through the grounds, crunching through the inches and inches of snow. Arrgh! Pugsley and Bambi bound down the path after you. Pugsley leaps into the air and lodges himself in a snowbank, while Bambi attempts to find her footing on the ice. Meow. I don't think it stopped all night. At least we know a bit of spare time to enjoy it. We could build another snowman. We shall build ourselves the perfect companion. Should I be concerned about snowy scoundrels? I could never build myself a perfect partner when I have one here at my side. A smile slips from your face as your foot sinks into an even deeper snowdrift. It's nearly up to my knees. I fear I've shrunken to Percival height. However will the horses be able to pull a carriage through? Our New Year's dinner party might as well be ruined. Don't fret, everyone who is truly important is already staying at Edgewater. I suppose. Besides, we have plenty of time until dinner. We'll have to make the best of our day. Back when snow shovels didn't exist. Starting with that snowman. Yes, a perfect way to chase away those wintry blues. The three of you begin to scrape snow together in a large ball and roll it off to the side of a path. That's one down. We'll have ourselves a proper snowman in no time. Perhaps Mr. Sinclair could spare something to make the snowman a little friendlier. Why don't we borrow your apron and you stop taking clothing from him? I'm afraid not. I believe I already made the contribution last time. Ew, if you must be selfish about it, then we'll have to make do with what we can find. And just then, the front doors burst open. Miss Cordelia and Miss Constance rush out. Hurry, sister. We have to be first to the hill. I'm right behind you. The twins race down the walkway with two slides in tow. As they hurry past, you call out, "Where are you two off to this morning?" The big hill nearby, of course. The powder is perfect for sledding. And we intend to be the first to test it. The first? So you've already woken the whole estate, I take it. Of course we have. They're right behind us. You three had better be quick, else you'll be the last ones there. Well, we can't have that. I never lose a race. Mr. Sinclair glances at your unfinished project in the snow, then turns to you. What do you say, Countess Bella? What do you do? Finish what you started? Or are you ahead of the twins? Challenge Briar to a race? Mr. Sinclair it is. You do run ahead with Briar. Mr. Sinclair and I must finish what we started. We'll do our best to save some snow for you two. It's gonna go away real soon. The twins and Briar race off, leaving you alone with Mr. Sinclair. The house has been so full lately. It's been difficult to keep you all to myself. Well, at the moment, it's just you, me, and the snow. We don't have nearly enough time to have a proper snowman, but I'm sure we can turn in what we have into a miniature one. Perhaps a snow child. How resourceful of you, Ernest. To think of Percival with a younger brother or sister warms my heart. Together you shape the snow into the smallest of snow children and step back to survey your creation. Yes, those icy cheeks, those buttons for eyes, why, this is everything I've ever dreamed of in a child. I hope to make her a reality one day, though perhaps less snowy. You lean your head onto Mr. Sinclair's shoulder as the snow flutters down. He slinks an arm around your waist, pulling you closer in the cold. Before we go, kiss me. Mr. Sinclair smiles coyly, pulls you into an alcove near the gardens, because a married man and his wife cannot share a kiss in public display. With pleasure. Mr. Sinclair pulls you flush against his body and descends upon you, his lips parting yours as the snow falls upon you. You feel the warmth trapped between your bodies and in your belly, and a small moan escapes you. Don't get too excited now, we are still expected elsewhere. God, I hate this. this song. But Ernest... Mr. Sinclair heaves a sigh and removes his arm. You instantly feel the chill of winter settling around your waist. We can't keep the others waiting much longer. I'm sure they've already ruined the hill with their sleds. It was all worth it to spend a moment alone with you. Thank God. I'm serious, that song is literally on a 10-second repeating loop. It's the most annoying song Pixelberry has ever done. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. You make the trek up to the hill, and arm, as you approach, you see many of your guests gather to join the festivities. Several sled tracks already mar the white snow. Countess Bella, you finally made it! Yes, the Countess of Edgewater has arrived, and she decrees this hill fine for sledding. Go ahead, Miss Cordelia. Miss Cordelia and Miss Constance each give each other a look, and then take their sleds and fly down the hill, squealing and giggling the whole way. Whee! As you watch the twins, Mr. Sinclair gives your arm a light squeeze. Prince Amin, this is your first winter with snow, correct? What are your thoughts so far? I, for one, can't get enough of this snow. Hope winter never comes to an end. You can go to hell, sir. You'll fall out of love with it in about a week. Your love for it will wear off soon enough, that I can promise you. Yes, once you've had your fill of sleds and the wassail, you might find you've come have some complaints about the cold. Just then, Miss Cordelia returns, hair disheveled and face flushed. She pulls her sled over to you. You should take a turn, Countess Bella. Miss Dally is riding with my sister, but my sled is free. Commandeer the sled. That is the most generous of you, Miss Cordelia. Mr. Sinclair, will you join me for a ride down the hill? I would go anywhere with you. Well, and we're going to hell. Let's go! You nestle in the front of the sled. Mr. Sinclair wraps his arms around you from behind. You gaze down the hill and feel the thrill of excitement. I have never gone sledding. Someone give us a push. We're ready. Well, here you go. To hell you go. Mr. Chambers gives your sled a good push, and you begin to fly down the hill. Hold on tight, Bella. But what's she supposed to hold on to? Whee! Imagination, that's what. Mr. Chambers becomes a pinprick behind you as the hill becomes steeper and you gain speed. Mr. Sinclair leans close to whisper in your ear. Have you ever tried whispering while going down a hill about 20 to 30 miles an hour in the snow? No, I mean I've done it on a bicycle, but couldn't you just imagine it? You know, just sound waves don't carry forward, Pixelberry, okay? It's really fucking hard. I can think of nothing better than to go into the daring unknown with you, Bella. And you, Ernest. Now, he might actually hear you, since he's behind you and the sound waves would carry backward. But barely. At that moment, Briar and Miss Constance pull alongside you in their own sled, and Briar grins. Somehow, time has paused while going downhill. You two look nice and cozy, but you sure are taking your sweet time. Bella, you do remember how to sled? We're having a moment. Shut up. Do not deign to respond, but turn to Mr. Sinclair with an idea. Oh, I think I'd love to take Briar down a peg, wouldn't you? What are you suggesting? Nothing too devilish, perhaps. Just a small prank. A prank? But wouldn't that be improper? Oh, Ernest, don't you want to make me happy? I suppose if it would please you, I will assist. That's the spirit. Let's ram their sled from behind, distract them with a snowball. As your sled barrels down the hill, you dip your hand in the snow and let your snowball fly right into Briar's head. Bella, you could have blinded me! This isn't what they call a prank, Pixelberry. Do you know what a prank is? Apparently you don't. I have better aim than that. Your sled comes to stop before Briar and Miss Constance's, and Briar pouts as they slow beside you. Oh, we would have had a great run, if not for you and your meddling. Oh, what fun is sledding without meddling? You pull the sleds back up the hill. Miss Cordelia shouts down to you. Countess Bella, I hope you don't mind me taking back my sled and challenging you to a race. Certainly, Mr. Sinclair and I must mountain our reputation as rulers of the slope. Miss Cordelia sticks out her tongue at you. You always pick Mr. Sinclair. I demand he rides with me, and you must pick someone else. You want to separate us. Miss Cordelia, how wicked you are. I'm simply trying to make things interesting. You can reunite as soon as you make it down the hill. My sister has a point, Countess Bella. You do love to play favorites. You have terribly neglected us in favor of your husband. How dare you? You'll have to settle for one of your friends for this trip. We'll do our best by you. Very well. Okay. Miss Parsons. Sir Luke. And Samine. I'll go with Sir Luke. He's a brother from another mother. Sir Luke shall ride with me to victory. I will do my best to assist you, my lady. It shall all be in vain, for I am sure to be the victor of this race. Why did you pick Harry? And let me have Sinclair back, thanks. I think you mean to say that we shall be the victors. Why don't we let our sleds speak for themselves? Mr. Sinclair kisses the back of your hand before dashing off to join Miss Cordelia on her sled. We should also appoint a judge to determine the true outcome, otherwise you're both sure to say you've won. I hardly think having you as the judge would be fair. Your loyalties lie to Miss Cordelia, after all. Oh, and yours lie with Countess Bella. Perhaps we may both be judges. Or you could just pick the one guy. Mr. Knievi and his love interest. That seems acceptable to me. It seems we're both in good hands. Shall we race, then? Indeed. On your marks. 3, 2, 1. Question. If you're on the top of the hill when we start going down on the sled, how are you going to keep up? Go. You and Sir Luke take off and fly down the hill at top speed. Okay, you can all stop wooing and laughing. Even as you feel the wind in your face and the snow on your cheeks, you notice Miss Cordelia and Mr. Sinclair begin to pull ahead. It appears to me as though you two are about to lose. No, that's impossible. Quick, we need a distraction. Attack their pride with our wit. Throw something in their path. What should we throw? Snow. Sir Luke removes his top hat and spiraling into the snow just ahead of the opposing sled. Just try to win with my hat blocking the way. Miss Cordelia quickly steers the sled out of the way, but the move costs her speed. No, they're going to win! No, we can still do this. Don't you throw your hat in the way. But you and Sir Luke pull ahead with ease, sailing to the bottom of the hill victorious. Yes, we reign victorious. All thanks to your quick thinking, and your quick hat, my good sir. Before you can come to a full stop, you see Miss Cordelia's sled hit a patch of ice and veer out of control. Ah! Quickly, Mr. Sinclair, abandon her! As the sled turns off course, Mr. Sinclair is thrown into the snow, and Miss Cordelia slams straight into the bramble of bushes. Miss Cordelia. Sir Luke digs his heels into the snow to stop your sled, and you spring to your feet, your eyes meeting Mr. Sinclair's. I'm alright, see to Miss Cordelia. You rush over to where Miss Cordelia lies, with her foot caught between two thorny branches. Oh no. Miss Cordelia, are you hurt? Only my pride. I think I'm alright, but my foot. Managed to carefully extract her foot from the brambles. Miss Cordelia attempts to stand. As soon as she puts weight on her foot, she nearly spills back into the snow. Oh! This is her attempt at trying to have Luke carry. Damn it, I picked the wrong person. I'm so terribly sorry. We should have been safer. Oh, do not worry yourself, my lady. I had fun, but my ankle is a bit tender. I should return to Edgewater to rest it a bit. Yes, I think that's best. We wouldn't want to make it worse. Sir Luke reaches the two of you. Miss Cordelia leans on him for support. When I saw you crash, well, it looked quite nasty. I'm relieved to see only your ankle was injured. Yes, but I'm not sure I can walk all the way back to Edgewater on it. No need, Miss Cordelia. Allow me. Sir Luke scoops Miss Cordelia into his arms as though she weighs nothing and begins walking the path down to Edgewater. Okay, isn't Edgewater at the top of that hill? Godspeed, good sir. Godspeed. Briar retrieves Sir Luke's discarded clothing and returns to the group. As they all venture towards Edgewater, you hang back to look for Mr. Sinclair. You've never a dull moment at Edgewater Estate, is there? As he approaches, still brushing the snow from his clothes, you let out a long sigh of relief. I'm just glad everyone is alright. First with Miss Dally and the ice, and now Miss Cordelia's ankle. As you move to follow the group back, Mr. Sinclair takes your hand. Bella, please wait a moment. I know you're worried about Cordelia, but I think Sir Luke has the situation quite covered. Must be nice to be a young woman carried to safety in Sir Luke's capable arms. What I mean to say is, you deserve to worry about yourself for a change. Why don't we take the long way back to Edgewater? Where were you about 6 hours ago with my tweet to a girl? Like, I had to sit and think about it myself and how to phrase it. I eventually came up with something like he just said, but still, it took time. I keep thinking of how excited you were about the fresh snow this morning. How it would be a shame for all the excitement to go to waste. It would appear I'm not necessarily needed at the moment. Mrs. Sinclair smiles and steps close to you, bringing his lips to your ear. Precisely. Just you, me, whatever mischief we can get up to. And I plan to get up to quite a lot of mischief. I mean, a lot. We're gonna be in the snow. My Tinkle Winkle is going to shrink to nothing, but hey. The long way back sounds lovely to me. You wrap your arm around Mr. Sinclair as you smash each other's in the snow. You turn down a cobblestone path away from the group, circling the edges of Edgewater grounds. I'm looking forward to the party this evening. If you ask me, it's high time 1816 has come to an end. It's been quite the eventful year, hasn't it? But are you really so ready to bid it farewell? Yes, 2019 can kiss my... Well, of course. I have the year to thank for bringing me to you, and it's had its fair share of challenges. Glance over at Mr. Sinclair, notice his expression turned thoughtful. Rebuilding my family's estate in the wake of Sir Gideon's sabotage has been bittersweet at best. We must think of Percival. You two may never have met again were it not for the hardships of this year. Yes, I am forever grateful to have him in my life again. Well, that's what the celebration tonight is for. To hold fast to what's brought us joy, but let go of the pain. And to do so with a lovely tradition. What are you most looking forward to tonight, Bella? I can't wait to have everyone together again, experience my first New Year's with you, enjoy a clean slate in the coming year. Yeah, if only that was the case. Experience my first New Year's with you. I've never had anyone special to share this holiday with before. Ringing in the new year with you, Bella, will be my very best New Year's yet. As you round the bank and approach the bridge, you catch a sly grin on Mr. Sinclair's lips. You know, we have plenty of time until the party. I think of several ways to spend that time out here completely alone. You tap a finger against your chin in consideration as you pass a tree heavy with snow. I'd like to spend my time wrestling you to the ground, admiring the fetching outfit of yours, covering you in snow. Admiring this fetching outfit of yours. This one's tempting. Wrestling with snow, though. Or ground. You know, back in my youth, there was a girl. She was a tomboy. We used to wrestle all the time. Kinda had a crush on her, but it never went further. I like girls that can hold their own, okay? Is it so wrong? Is it? God damn it. Wrestle you to the ground, let's go. Before Mr. Sinclair can react, you tackle him to the snow. Ah! You look rather good like this beneath me, your breath steaming in the winter air. Ah, but what if our roles were reversed? Mr. Sinclair takes you by the wrist and flips the two of you. Soon she straddles you with a grin. What good does this do? Now both of our clothes are full of snow. I think it does plenty good, but you're right. I did have something else in mind to pass the time. Tinkle Winkle shrinking. I mean, what? Without another word, Mr. Sinclair pulls you underneath the alcove of the bridge and presses you firmly against the bricks. Okay. I've been dreaming of kissing you ever since we woke this morning. Mr. Sinclair leans in, gifting your lips the gentlest of touches. Slip my hands into his clothing, run my hands along his hair. Lost in the feeling of him against you, you knock Mr. Sinclair's hat off his head and delve your hands into his hair before pulling him into a heated kiss. Demanding this afternoon. I have to say I like it. In response, you run your hands down his neck and shoulders, lightly scratching your nails against his sleeves. Ah. Your touch sends him into a frenzy. He lowers his face to your neck. Bella. Let out a moan as the heat builds under your skin, and you lose control of yourself. At once, you flipped positions, and you are the one pinning Mr. Sinclair to the bridge. He blinks in surprise and glances at his pinned arms before raising an eyebrow. Feeling bold today, Bella. Perhaps a little impatient. We've had such little time to ourselves this holiday, and all I want to do is be alone with you. You, my love, have me. Your breath quickens as Mr. Sinclair deftly removes your grip and pins you to the bricks himself. And I have so many wonderful plans for you and I. He brushes the loose tendrils of your hair aside and kisses you at the spot where your shoulder meets your neck. The heat of you of want floods your body until you're gripping him, your legs wrapped around his. It's not enough. Ernest, please, more. As you wish. His hands pull the fabric of your skirt up until he can slip you one up your thigh. Oh, so cold. Would you prefer I take my touch away? No, please. You feel his fingers slip up your thighs, work you until you writhe against him. Mr. Sinclair holds you up as your thighs shake, your legs nearly give out from underneath you. Just then, the scrambling of tiny feet overhead reminds you just where you are. You quickly right your clothing and step out from underneath the safety of the bridge. All that heat between us, I forget just how exposed we were. You're right, I absolutely lose my head whenever you're around. You dust some stray snow off your shoulder and move as if to head back up to the bridge, but Mr. Sinclair takes your hand. Before we return to our company, I must let you know how lucky I consider myself to be to spend our winter together. You are lucky. I consider myself luckier to have you. And that is why I love you, Bella. I'll be so eager to make sure I feel your love. Luckily, you'll always have me. Arm in arm, you return down the path to Edgewater, laughing through the snow on the way. Like, I'm serious. Like, for instance, Batwoman. Not bad. Not bad. I just started watching it. Also, the woman from The Mandalorian. If she can lift me, oh boy. I mean, what? Later that afternoon, after you've returned to Edgewater, you have just come from discussing the menus with Miss Finley in the kitchen when you hear a voice from the parlor. And I truly think that we should know that's not right. Who could that be? Everyone should be getting ready. You tiptoe over and peek through the doorway, surprised to be Viscount Harry reciting to Percival, "Hey, look at that! I'm getting good at guessing who's in the next room when they do that mystery voice crap. What do you think, young man? I would be much obliged for your opinion." How should I know? And whatever are you subjecting poor Percival to here, Viscount Harry? Percival pulls out a gun and shoots you. I'm going to take back the estate. Viscount Harry startles as you step through the doorway, nearly dropping the piece of paper in his hands. Oh, I did not think anyone could hear us back here. I have been sworn to secrecy. I'm helping Viscount Harry with a very serious mission. Raise an eyebrow at your brother, who quickly hides his papers behind his back. A mission, you say? Well, Viscount Harry, you seem rather nervous. Is everything all right? Shoot her now, Percival. She knows too much. Nervous? Me? No, not at all. Why would you say that? You eye the hand tugging at his collar. Viscount Harry abruptly stops. Fine, yes, I confess I am rather nervous. You can tell me whatever it is. Perhaps I can share the burden. I know you have the best of intentions, but I worry if I breathe a word of my plan, the entire thing will be ruined. Whatever it is, you must have handled worse before. I'm certain you'll do the right thing, or there's no need to be rude, I only meant to help. I'm certain you'll do the right thing, why not? I don't have much of a choice in the matter, do I? There's no other option but for this to be done. Your confidence in me, but, well, it does mean something. I hope I don't squander it. We will do our best by you, my lady. He's become quite invested in the issue. Well, Viscount Harry, I'm sure you'll face this mission head-on, but try not to work the young charge too hard in the meantime. You leave Viscount Harry with Percival and begin to make your rounds around Edgewater, making sure everything is just perfect for tonight's celebration. Later that evening, shortly before the party, at last, you make your way upstairs to your quarters, only to find Miss Dally waiting for you beside your armoire. Did you enjoy your time sledding this morning? Oh, your daughter wouldn't hear of me staying warm and cozy with fresh snow on the ground. How did you spend your day, Miss Dally? How strange, you should ask. I actually spent the bulk of my day adding the finishing touches to a gown. I wanted to make sure it was ready for the party this evening. Another gown, Miss Dally. However do you put these things together so quickly? Magic. Literally magic. She's like the shoekeeper, or the little fairies that run in the shoekeeper shop. Who grew up to that story? Seriously. Little things that run in the shoekeeper shop. He wakes up the next day, the shoes are put together. Someone, I don't know the title of it, but I'm sure you know the story. You get quicker and quicker the longer you've been at it, but I hope you'll see this as quite special. Miss Dally reveals the dress to you. The gown's purple fabric glistens in the candlelight, and beads trail down the skirt like golden rain. The skill in this beading is unmatched, not to mention the crown of flowers. They must have taken you ages. The flowers are my favorite part. Please try it on. Miss Dally helps you into the gown, putting the strings tight about your waist. She slips two splendid white gloves on your arms and steps back to admire her work. Didn't we wear something like this? I'm serious. Without the gold, we wore something purple like this. I remember it very fondly. It had something else on it besides purple, but... All I want for Christmas is not this outfit. Miss Dally, it's stunning. Yes, I would have to agree that both you and the dress complement each other quite well. You look like an absolute vision, Bella. I feel like one, and I can just envision placing this luxurious gloved hand in my beloved's palm as the clock strikes 12. And then she turns back into a pumpkin. Now it's time for you to properly greet Edgewater's guests for the evening as lady of the house. Even later that evening, because Pixelberry forgot to include that, not long before midnight. You mingle with your guests after dinner. You find Miss Cordelia first lounging on one of the fainting couches with her ankle propped up as Miss Constance's lap. Countess, you look positively stunning in that ensemble. I wish I had Miss Dally to make dresses for me whenever I wanted. I didn't want this. Miss Cordelia, I'm glad you feel well enough to join us for the festivities. How is your ankle? And your smart-ass mouth seems to be working just fine. The doctor said it was only a sprain. Don't let her fool you into feeling sorry for her. As if I would ever. I wear my sprain as a badge of honor. You can't take me out that easily. I only wish we could have. I should hope not. But isn't Sir Luke strong? Cordelia smirks and wiggles her toes. Yes, it's quite helpful to have some such strapping arms to swoon into. I don't know what I would have done otherwise. Hobble back to Edgewater leaning on your twin the whole way, no doubt? You leave Miss Cordelia and Miss Constance on their own to bicker and begin to mingle with your guests over the fire. Mr. Sinclair, Sir Luke, and your grandmother discuss plans for the new year while your stepmother looks on. Mr. Mulcaster, what would you do after the holidays? Oh, I hope my brother and I might take up hunting again soon. I suspect he'll be rather busy, but... Oh, that's just what we need, another boar accident. This isn't Game of Thrones, calm down. Mother. The boar shouldn't be too active this time of year, but if you need a third eye, I've become rather good at spotting them over the years. It has nothing to do with your military record whatsoever, good sir. As you approach, your grandmother looks at you with something like relief. Bella, my dear, more and more each day I'm astonished by how much you've grown into the ever-elegant lady of the house. Hey, Grandma, go f*** yourself. Go get me some eggnog. Yes, I dare say my wife looks absolutely radiant as always.
I suppose your dress is adequate.
You ever notice I do a great Henrietta voice? Kind of like the Baron.
Imagine if these two got together. Yes, Henrietta. Oh, Baron.
It will never leave your mind now. I have mind-fucked you. Thank you all. I'm absolutely flush with flattery. I pray I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh, Henrietta, yes.
We were just discussing plans for the new year. Has anyone else seen my brother loitering around? I haven't. I haven't found Miss Dally as of yet. I believe she ran off to the kitchen to try and procure a few extra sweets. I wish her the best of luck, especially if she has to contend with Miss Finley. As for Viscount Harry, I last saw him in the parlor with Percival and Miss Dolly. Oh, then I shall have to pay him a visit. You find yourself in the parlor once again as Percival complained loudly to Miss Dolly.
But I must stay awake, Miss Dolly, for the new year, for my mission with Viscount Harry.
I am sure Viscount Harry will tell you every last detail tomorrow, after you've had a good night's rest. She's right, young man. You have been most invaluable, but every spy needs his rest. Percival yawns, and Miss Dolly scoops him into her arms. It seems he's finally surrendered. I'll take him up to the nursery, Bella. The nursery? He's like 12 years old. You just enjoy your evening. Well, maybe 8, but still. Thank you, Miss Dolly. Enjoy yours as well. You turn back to your brother, opening your mouth to speak, when Briar and Miss Sutton suddenly pour into the room, snickering.
Oh, Harry, I wanted to get you your favorite, but they were still baking.
Oh, that's quite fine, Miss Sutton. I did not expect anything, but it's very kind of you to think of me. Briar and Miss Sutton are followed by a suspicious-looking Pugly and Bambi. Pugly noses the treats in Briar's palms, and she squeals. Getting tired of coughing. No, Pugsley, I put in quite a lot of effort, so stealing these from the kitchen, I intend to reap the rewards. It seems you've acquired an audience to your little crime. It's no matter. We couldn't stay another minute. I think I heard Miss Finley growling around the corner. You two shouldn't got me a sweet as well. Oh, no, I'm afraid I didn't. I was only thinking of Harry. I know, and it's kind of getting sickening at this point. Briar rolls her eyes at you, and you hide a smile behind her hand. I had planned to bring you a sweet, but I got hungry on my way back from the kitchen. It simply couldn't be helped. Well, I suppose I can't argue with that, but I must see to the rest of my guests who aren't tormenting my kitchen staff. Oh, fine. Go do your countlessly duties. As you leave, you notice Miss Sutton sit beside Viscount Harry and open her hands, revealing an array of biscuits and pastries. How do you hide those biscuits and pastries concealed in your small, dainty hands? I don't know. I hope one of these will do. I wasn't sure what you liked best, so I stole one of everything. That's it. I want you fucking out of my house. You're stealing shit. Miss Sutton, I'm sure they are all perfect. Took a snack from my goddamn kitchen and won't offer me one. Fuck you and the shit you wrote in on. As you enter the foyer, you see Prince Hamid alone on the piano floor. Fumbling with the keys, you quickly cross the room and join him. Bella, you blind me with your beauty as always. Please, take a seat. I was just testing your piano forte here. Settling beside Prince Hamid on the piano bench as he attempts another chord. You know, Prince Hamid, the song of yours is very unique. Oh no, it's not supposed to be unique. It's supposed to be an amazing New Year's tradition. I knew I was struggling, but not so much that the song couldn't be recognized. What song is it supposed to be? See, it's proved a little difficult. More difficult than I anticipated. Now I'm sneezing. Jesus. I wanted to surprise everyone here with it, but I'm absolutely bungling, and perhaps you know it. I do know the song, and I'd be happy to teach you, but out of the corner of your eye you see Miss Parsons trying to get your attention from across the room and being a complete prick. I have other guests I must attend to first. If I have time, I'll be sure to return. Of course, I can't hope to monopolize too much of your evening. You approach Miss Parsons by the foot of the stairs, where she stands holding something behind her back. What is it, Annabelle? First, I have been loath to tell you that dress once again puts the rest of us to shame. No, I like your necklace and your hair. Puts the dress to shame, but I digress. Moving on. Second, we only have a few hours left until the clock strikes 12. I'd hope to spend these last few hours of 1816 wisely. I mean, I don't think Mr. Sinclair would improve, but if he joined in... I mean, what? Is that so, Annabelle? I'm sure you have something devious in mind. See? Not the only one. With a smirk, Miss Parsons reveals a sprig of mistletoe from behind her bag. Don't you think this is the perfect opportunity to play one last prank on our dear friends before it's 1817? I don't know. Perhaps we have played enough pranks this year. There are too many witnesses. An important thing to note, but I've also considered that we'll be puppeteering them from the banister, away from prying eyes. I suppose it would be a fun way to pass the time. Precisely. Mull it over and come back to me if you're up for some mischief. I mean, like I said, Miss Parsons smirks and flashes the mistletoe in front of your eyes before darting away to the staircase. You can still hear Prince Mead plucking at the piano keys across the room. There's still a few hours before midnight. I could teach Prince Mead the forte or play the prank with Miss Parsons. Why not both? I'm serious, why not both? Fine, we'll do this one just in case. You return to the foot of the stairs where Miss Parsons is waiting for you. I knew you and I would see eye to eye on things. Let's go upstairs before someone sees. Are we seriously gonna go up here and... Are we... Okay, I'm just gonna let this happen. The two of you sneak up to the staircase, attempting to look conspicuous and crouch down on the railing above the tree. Ah, I see what she's going for. Miss Parsons unveils the mistletoe in her hands. Now we just have one sprig of mistletoe, so I say we use it wisely. My dear sister Constance is looking rather lonely. Miss Constance, what a sweet older sister you are. It would only be right of us to set her up with someone. She can't ring in the new year alone. No. Give me this mistletoe. Hey, Sir Luke! Look above you! While Mr. Sinclair is standing next to you. Oh, well, get my video camera, let's go! Exactly my thinking. We'd be doing her a favor. I wonder, do guys honor that? I'm serious. I've never asked. You glance back down the stairs where Miss Constance is socializing with the rest of her guests. She's flitting around from group to group, but if we wait for just the right moment, we can get her alone with whomever we choose. But who is the lucky romantic hopeful? Well, Miss Sutton wants Viscount Harry. Prince Hamid is the only alone one, and no, I would not be that mean, so Prince Hamid. Perfect. As Miss Constance darts over to speak with Prince Hamid, you begin to reel down the mistletoe. I just wanted to say that I hope your first Christmas is all you expected it to be. Miss Constance glances up and notices the mistletoe dangling over Princess Hamid's head. Oh, it would appear there's... Unable to finish her sentence, she wordlessly points. Prince Hamid glances up at the mistletoe and grins. It would appear I am lucky tonight to be standing under the mistletoe with a beautiful lady such as yourself. A beautiful lady? As in me? I mean, yes, I do think you're rather lucky. After all, not all the lips in the room are free. I never realized how witty you are, Miss Constance. In fact, I think I'll take the mistletoe's advice. Prince Mead takes Miss Constance's face in his hands and kisses her lightly on the lips. Oh! You and Miss Parsons dissolve in a giggle fit as she reels the offensive mistletoe back into your hands. As you snicker, some of the partygoers look your way. Quick, hide before they're on to us. You dart into the hallway and collapse against the door, still laughing. Dare I say this was the best idea we've had all year? Nope, my idea was still better. One of many, Bella. If you ask me, this is how we should send off every year to come. To send off each year with a prank. Maybe next year you'll be the one under the mistletoe. Miss Parsons makes a face and rolls her eyes, and you begin to laugh anew. How many times must I explain I am perfectly happy with no mistletoe to be found in my life? You should see your face. I only jest, Annabelle, but you never know what life has to offer. Before the two of you return to the party, Miss Parsons tucks the mistletoe in a spare drawer. We wouldn't want anyone to know it was us, would we? Somehow I think our reputations precede us. Maybe we'll get a chance. You return to the party downstairs where you find or can hear Prince Hamid plucking at the piano keys once more. Teach Prince Hamid to play the Alulang Sin. I'm tired of being sick, I'm serious. Return to the pianoforte and sit at Prince Hamid's side. I see you are still attempting to play Alulang Sin. Indeed, but now the entire foyer will get to hear the great rendition played by none other than Countess Bella herself. Oh, you'll be playing it yourself, Prince Hamid. I'm merely here to teach you those chords that were giving you so much trouble earlier. Even better. The night is truly beginning to feel like a real New Year's Eve. May I ask, Prince Hamid, why the tradition is so important for you? Part of the true wonder of traveling is learning what each culture has to offer. If this is my first holiday season here in England, I want to explore everything I possibly can. I will teach you, but first... you must tell me a holiday tradition from your travels. Of course. Did you know that in Russia, some families make this special drink where half of the glass is full of stewed fruit? How interesting. What kind of fruit? Oh, anything delicious. Pears, apples, cherries. And then they mix it with vodka and they drink it. And they call it a Vzvar. It's a drink to celebrate new arrivals. During Christmas time, it's to celebrate the coming of your Jesus. But they use it for many other occasions as well. Yes, see, we sit around and we drink. It's all we do in Russia. That's why we're mellower than you Americans, okay? Have a nice day. Bring your attention back to the pianoforte and show Prince Hamid where to place his hands on the keys. It seems you're having particular trouble with one segment. You should start with a C note over there. Perhaps you should play this part first so I can hear it. Go into the sheet music and then pick out the notes. The note rings loud and clear through the room, signaling the beginning of the song. Ah, yes, that's definitely right. And the next is the F note. Again, the sound reverberates through the room and Prince Hamid grins in recognition. And finally, the note D. I'm gonna give you the D note. Ah, yes, this song I've heard so much about. Walk Prince Hamid through the rest of the verse, and after a few practice runs, he begins to play quite well. Thank you for your guidance, my lady. I'm feeling much more confident. Watch him play. Sit back, cross your arms, and regard Prince Hamid with a watchful eye. I'm gonna make an error if you keep looking at me like that. It's quite difficult to keep my focus. Well, how do you expect a whole room of people gonna be staring at you? Just think of how difficult it would be to focus when all of Edgewater have their eyes on you. Once Prince Hamid has completed the full song with a few airs, he turns to you. The music is only half of it. I need to learn the words as well, so everyone can join in the singing. I refuse to sing with you. You're correct. I believe it starts with... I have no clue. I do not know this song, but let us wing it. Should an old acquaintance be forgotten? Should mold and maintenance need a lot? Should bold and quaint men see the I'm gonna go with old acquaintance should be forgotten. Ah, yes, that's right. The rest of the words are just on the tip of my tongue, tickling my memory. As your voice rises through the foyer, the rest of the party comes to join you. My Sutton is in the room first, followed by Viscount Harry and the rest of the party. Oh, you're playing my favorite holiday song. Viscount Harry, isn't it beautiful? No one cares about your favorite song. Should old acquaintances be forgotten? And never brought to mind. Ugly happily joins in the caroling, though Bambley appears to be confused. Should old acquaintances be forgot, and a long sin. Soon together, everyone is singing. Your voice is rising to the ceiling, save for Countess Henrietta. Mother, please, you promised to try for the new year. Oh, fine, if you insist. For a long sin, we'll take an old cup of kindness yet. Thank you, Mother. No, thank you for not singing too long. Could you imagine that voice in a group of chorus? Jesus Christ. It's a good thing she's a figment of imagination. Anyway, the group sings until the song has run its course, and Prince Hamid plays the final key, and the group erupts into applause. Unless you have an old relative that sounds like that, then I'm sorry. A stupendous way to ring in the new year. I would never have thought it was your first time playing such a song. Well done, Prince Hamid. I had only the best of teachers. Flattery will get you everywhere, Prince Hamid, but you played it all on your own. You give Prince Hamid a gentle squeeze on the shoulder and return to the foyer with the other guests. The last few hours of 1816 pass as you laugh, drink together, and soon... Look at the clock, it's nearly midnight. Which means 1817 is almost here. Let us toast to the new year. Everyone turns to watch the second hand tick down the final seconds of the year, and soon the clock strikes 12. Bing! 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 Happy New Year to all. The group raises the glasses. Mr. Woods rushes to the front doors. Quick, it's tradition. It's time to usher out the old year. And make room for the new. Are you going to seriously open up our nice warm house to the cold? Mr. Woods, you're fired! Mr. Woods opens the front door and the entire party rushes forth out into the cold. Oh, what if this fitting farewell to the old year would be so cold? I think it's a refreshing way to greet 1870. Where's Mr. Knievel? Pugsley and Bambi only get part way out of the door before dashing back into the warm foyer. What, is he not allowed to spend the new year together? We all know in on his secret, let's be honest. No one cares. The clock continues to ring out. Mr. Sinclair takes your hand and gazes deeply into your eyes. This past year has been full of twists and turns, but it has been all better because I met you. And made me your wife, no less. What are your wishes for the year to come? I wish for a year of love and loss than the last, free of treason, with children, or love, because that can include anything. Quite the tall order, considering how much I already adore you, but I'm sure our love will grow ever deeper each year we spend at each other's sides. The two of you rush back inside, close the door behind everyone because screw them, and Mr. Sinclair squeezes your hand. No matter our hopes, it will be a year to remember, that I am sure of. You turn to watch the doors close, signifying the end of the year, but Mr. Woods pauses as Viscount Harry and Miss Sutton linger in the snow. Miss Sutton, our time together has been nothing short of remarkable. I hope you would do me the honor. Viscount Harry rests his cane to the side, then drops to his knee before Miss Sutton. He takes her hands in his. Of making me the happiest man on this fine earth. Miss Sutton, would you consider knitting me a pair of socks for the rest of our lives? Oh, that's adorable. Will you marry me? Oh my, Harry! Yay, I guess. Next time, oh god, there's a next one, Jesus Christ. It's a holiday proposal, most grand. How will you celebrate? And will you spend the first day of 1817? Oh god, it doesn't end, doesn't it? It's never gonna end. Pixelberry's gonna milk this franchise, and like they milk everything else. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, if you like to support me and my content. Yes, I know I'm behind, baby bump. Should have done today, but unfortunately I was busy, doing, life. Literally life. Okay? So, what you can do is, if you're ever waiting, there are playlists on the channel. There are other games. I mean, we've got Pokemon, Soma, Jedi Fallen Order. Like, we have dozens of other games besides Choices, which you can always attempt to, check out and enjoy, because I do a lot of other content besides Choices. I wish you guys would realize that. But anyway, once again, thank you all for watching. You've been spectacular. I'll catch you all in the next video. Goodbye.